Hey everybody, welcome to another Khan support video. This one's on recognizing functions from tables. Let's go. So the table lists students in an international summer school and the countries they come from. Can the country each person comes from be represented as a function of that person's name? So basically, that means that the country is the dependent variable and the name is the independent variable, right? So you input a name and you output a country. If that's the case, if it can be represented as a function, then for every input, there's only one output, right? So that means every time that Lucy goes in, USA comes out. Every time that Iffy goes in, Nigeria comes out. There's no situation where you have the same name with a different country. So let's take a look and see if that happens here. So Lucy, Iffy, Surya, Jose, Tim, Ahmed, Gaden, and Jose. The only duplicate here is Jose. So this Jose is from Mexico. This Jose is from Brazil. So when you input Jose, you'd output Mexico one time, and then the next time you input Jose, you'd output Brazil. That can't happen. It can't be a function then. So for every input, there has to be only one output. And so every time you input Jose, you have to get Mexico out for this to work. Or every time you input Jose, you'd have to get Brazil out. You can't have a situation where you have the same inputs with different outputs. So this is no. It says here, the table compares the heights in centimeters and the weights in kilograms of Kareem's friends. Can the weight of Kareem's friends be represented as a function of their height? In other words, if we have weight as the dependent variable and height as the independent variable, will this be a function? The only way that would work is that if every height, okay, had only one weight. So that means that everybody who's a specific height has a specific weight. So every time that you put the same height in, you get the expected weight out. So I'm looking at 167 as a height, and there's a weight of 70 kilograms. And I'm looking at 167 again as a height, and now all of a sudden there's a 68 kilograms. So these two people are the same height but different weights. You can have two x values, okay? So the same x value with different y values. So this is not a function. Okay, the table compares the height of a table and the height of the chairs, both in centimeters, in several different kitchen sets at a furniture store. Can the height of the chairs be represented as a function of the height of the table? Well, if it's like this, that means that the table would be the independent variable. You input the table and you output the height of the chairs. Okay? So if it's a function, or it can be written as a function, then for every input, there is one output. So every time the input is 75, the output's always 46. Every time the input is 74, the output's always 44. That would be a function. Let's see if there's any duplicate inputs here. 75, 74, 76, 75. So I'm seeing 75 here and here, and both times the 75 are for the table. You have an output of 46 for the chairs. So far, that's okay. Any other duplicates? I see 76 here and 76 here. So when you input a 76, you output a 47. The next time you input a 76, you better output a 47, and you do. Okay, so that's pretty good. I don't see any other duplicates. I saw the 76s that both have 47 as the outputs. I saw the inputs of 75 with the output of 46. I don't see any other duplicate inputs. So that means this is a function. So you could do this one as a function, yes. Table compares the main course and the side dish each person in Hiroki's family ordered at a restaurant. Can the side dish be represented as a function of the main course? In other words, if you input the main course, will it generate only one side dish, right? So pasta primavera always generates salad. Fish always generates rice, and so on and so forth. So looking for a duplicate here, we can see pasta primavera at the top and, of course, at the bottom here. So the first time you had pasta primavera, you got salad with it. The next time you'd have to get a salad with it as well for it to be a function. So that looks possible. We've got fish, burger, fish. Okay, so fish, rice. That works, right? For every input, you have the expected output. Burger, potato chips, burger, potato chips. Okay, so for every input, you have the expected output. That's okay. So it looks to me like there's no situation where there's a different output for the same input. So this would be an answer that you could say yes. And that's it. So that's how you do it. Remember, for every x, there's only one y.